chapter 3, we're going to go over the storage and network settings. So the first part here is the removable disk. I have a USB thumb drive. The first thing we need to do is format it. The file system will be FAT32, and we'll give it the volume label USB server. Again, when you format it, it will wipe everything off on the drive. It needs to be FAT32 so the files can be recognized over the network. Going into the folder structure here, under the USB drive, we have videos. Under videos, we have movies and TV shows. Now, movies, I separate them by genre. The main genres to organize it under are action, adventure, children movies, comedy, documentary, drama, foreign, horror, martial arts, superheroes, thriller, and western. The TV shows are simpler. You would just put the name. So in this case, we have the episodes we are working on, Tom and Jerry, the 1940s version. And the episode there, we're just copying over to our USB drive. This will be where we're going to access our media over the network. Now, for the naming convention, you can see here, I just made the files. So we have Star Trek Discovery 1X03, and you see like that in the office as well. So you do want to do 1 as the name of the season, X, and then after the X is the number of the episode. So when you have 1X01, that's season 1, episode 1, 1X02, season 1, episode 2. And it's the same for every TV show. If you do have an international version, then you'd want to do like the Office US, or you could do Office UK, and that'll bring up the different TV show for you. And you can do that with spaces, just like you're writing it out. And this will work perfect with the databases when we go to get the titles. And again, Tom and Jerry for 1940, because they have several different years. They have like 1980s, 1990s versions. So 1940 will let us get the episode from that era. I also just did the music and photo folders. That's how you want to do the structure here. We're going to be using Kodi, so music, photos. Now the first step here into making your computer a home server is you need to give it a name. So we're just going to rename ours as Media Server, and you can do that under System Properties on your Windows machine. When you rename the computer name, you do have to restart it to save the changes. The second thing we're going to do is share that USB drive that we formatted. So under Properties, we go to Sharing and Advanced Sharing. We're going to tick Share this folder. The share name or the folder, we're going to call it USB. And for permissions, you want to give it permissions for whatever the account is to log into the computer. So once you go to add the permissions there, the name I have on this account is Family. And you'll click on Find Name. It'll add it there, and we'll give it full control, change and read, and we'll go and apply those settings. And again, that'll give it a username and password to log in to that USB drive over the network. 2 more changes to make here under Control Panel and Programs. We'll click on Turn Windows Features On or Off. And when this window pops up, you have to scroll down to the SMB client installation. SMB file sharing support. This is also needed, so we'll just check that, click OK, and it'll take a couple minutes. Windows will add those server features to your computer, and you'll need to restart it. And the last change for the network, under Network and Internet, we'll go to and on the left, click on Change Advanced Sharing Settings. And we want to make sure Turn on Network Discovery is on. And at the bottom here, for password protected sharing, we want to check turn off password protected sharing. And again, this is to allow your server to be accessible outside of your computer. So we're going to be using a Firestick, and if you don't check that, you'll have issues connecting to the USB drive. And just confirming again the naming convention we had here in the USB drive, videos, TV show, Tom and Jerry 1940. Now over to the TV, on Firestick, we need to search for the downloader. And under the downloader here, in the download app under settings, we do have to check all three of these. APK auto install, automatically open web page in browser, and enable JavaScript. The website we want to go to is kodi.tv/download. We're not going to go to any illegal sites, any hacked sites, going to go right to the source. So once we're at kodi.tv/download, we'll scroll down to the download section. We're installing on the Amazon Firestick, so we want to click on Android. And the 32-bit version, we'll click on that to install it. It's about 60 megabytes. You want to get the installer from the original source, because any other application you download is modified, including possible viruses and adware. So you just want to get the original download from kodi.tv/download. That'll ensure that you have the latest version, the most safe version, and the most working version. And the best thing about Kodi is you can always customize it later. So right now we're just working on getting the original legal download so that we can use it for what it was made for. Now in order to install the APK, we do need to turn on Allow Unknown Sources on the Firestick. So for this install, you can do that under Settings, My Fire TV, Developer Options, and we just want to check Apps from Unknown Sources and select that on. We'll select Next there at the bottom. And once it's installed, we'll have Kodi accessible on our Firestick. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you on the next video.